Hello, my name is BrandonBellotte, and in just a few weeks I'll be graduating from Full Sail University with a bachelor's degree of science for graphic design. As I was growing up, I didn't really have many things to be thankful for, but one of the major things was my first Game Boy. I know it's a little silly to be thankful for, but it started me on a path to be the man I am today. My passion for design comes from my passion of gaming. I've always been a gamer since the first moment that I held that first Game Boy in my hands, and I've never parted ways with it since. It seems a bit childish, but it inspires me to create. Whatever it be drawing or digital art, I always find myself putting ideas on paper. For my personal identity, I tried to take my passion of gaming, as I said before, and turn it into something I could live with. And for the longest time, I've had this gamer tag called BioSeizure. And when I think of BioSeizure, I think of the keyword bio. And when it comes bio, I think of biological and like bubbles and poison, because I've always played Final Fantasy games, and that was always the relations between those two. So, as you see in these sketches, I really tried a play with the bee and like poison bubble type thing. And in the center top, you can see I came up with the vector art right here, and I think it came out pretty nice. And even for this project, I felt like I should even step it up one further, and I came up with this at the bottom here. So I'm combining the greens, whites, and blacks. Um, Throughout my personal identification project, I put my logo on my letterheads and everything, and I still wanted to stick with the bio theme. So what I have is my logo, bio and bio creations, which is in time I really want to make a company for myself and be the CEO of Bio Creations. And so with all of these, I kept the flow going with the bio theme and the oozing liquid coming off the corners of the business cards and the envelopes. Next we have my cover letter and resume. You might see the familiarities with the dripping ooze, and it has everything that I want to be within the future and my past skills. I really became passionate for design while I was in high school, when my first design class was digital media and animation. During that year, in my senior year, I actually got voted Student of the Year for my work and designs in that class, and also I got inducted into the National Technical Honor Society for being that. And it really inspired me to design and create more. Alright, so first we got the packaging project, which in this assignment I really wanted to come up with a packaging for a new musical device that combined all the musical formats that we know and love today into one single device. And I tried to make the packaging reflect that. In the top left we have the my common and my bio theme with the blacks, the whites, and the green. And then I also try to do earth tones on two other packagings. I think my favorite, though, is the one on the right with the browns and the earthen colors. Next we got the menu project. I decided to do a menu on an Italian restaurant. I come from a long line of Italians, and there was always one thing in common, and that's pasta. And you gotta love pasta. I'm a big guy because of it. But to stick with the tradition of Italy, with the Italian flag, I came up with the deep red, like tomato red, the white, and the green, like on the flag. And I set the headers in a deep tomato red to make them pop. Next, I got the band poster that I did for Squirrel Cadaver. This actually, my first attempt at this was rather poor. Um, it was very simple and didn't have much detail, and the typography I used was very busy. It was too distracting to really read what the actual band name was. So I took this poster through the ringer and came up with something a little bit new, a little bit more vibrant, and I really wanted to stick with your eye being drawn to the candle and then down to the table, but it also forces you to look back up to see the name of the band. And then next we had a travel flyer project that I needed to pick one place that I wanted to go and try to draw out a poster that would inspire people to go there. And for me, my love of anime for years, since I've been a gamer, has come to shine because in Japan they actually have a life-size Gundam, which is basically a huge mobile robot. And I really want to go to Japan one day to see it, and I wanted to create a poster that would inspire others like me that would want to see life-size Gundams. Right. Next one is a book cover project. This project I kind of failed at the beginning. I had never read the book, and I learned a very important lesson with this project, as I didn't know anything about the book. I hadn't read it or anything like that. So I had designed a book cover for Black Beauty with me not knowing anything about it, which turned out to be devastating because it had nothing to do with the horse. And I made it basically about racing. I thought I was a racing horse. But when I revised this project and really learned that it wasn't a racing horse, but rather a story told by the horse, as it was treated very well in the start of its life, but ended up getting new owners that mistreated it. And it was a horse telling his story about what he went through. And I thought this new book cover of it was definitely on the opposite end of the spectrum of the first design. But I think it felt like more of, on the right you see the sunshine and the horse out in the wild, like it was treated good. And then I meant for the barn to be more of like the dark side of it being enclosed. But I did learn a very important lesson, and to always do my research before designing a project. Alright, lastly is my capstone project, which I created a company called Omni, and the logo is up at the top left hand side. I try to do a logo playing on with the big O, and Omni means pretty much everywhere and everything. Is omnipresence, means it's everywhere. And the product that I really wanted to Um, the project that I really wanted to show was a back brace that helped everybody and that could fit everybody. And with this design, I decided to go with rectangles that brought out the circular design of the logo. And as you can see, I flowed it through the packaging and up here the envelopes. I believe this is very well, I designed this very well, and it's very simple but elegant. And I followed that through the letterhead and the magazines and especially the business cards. And what I really wanted to show in this project is that this back brace, no matter what you're paying, could help you and would be the right fit for anyone. I want you to thank you for listening to my project. It's very hard for me to actually voice my designs to other people, and I know I need to learn more about that and get more comfortable in doing that. So this is a learning experience for me, and I thank you for listening to my explanations of my designs.